الدين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا صدق الله العلي العظيم إن الله ملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله على النبي الموالي صلى الله عليه وسلم صلاة وسلاما عليك يا رسول الله اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت يا حي يا قيوم تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا سهلا ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Last week we spoke in relation to the rights and responsibilities of parents and other people within a given society, a Muslim society, as outlined by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Just to continue with this topic, another hadith which Imam Al-Bukhari rahimahullah narrates in his Al-Adab Al-Mufrad. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. حدثنا مسدد قال حدثنا إسماعيل قال حدثنا أيوب عن أبي قلابة عن أبي سليمان مالك بن الحويرثي قال أتينا النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم ونحن شببة ومتقاربون فأقمنا عنده 20 ليلة فظن أن اشتهينا أهلينا فسألنا عمن تركنا في أهلينا فأخبرناه وكان رفيقا رحيما. सैयदना अबू सुलेमान मालिक इब्न अल-हुवैरिथ रदियल्लाहु तआला अन्हु फरमाते हैं कि हम नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के पास हाजिर हुए और हम लोग जवान थे और आपस में हम उम्र थे। हमने आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के पास 20 रातें क़याम किया। आपने ये ख्याल फरमाया कि अब हम अपने घर वालों से मिलने की ख्वाहिश रखते हैं, तो आपने हमसे पूछा कि अपने पीछे घरों में किसको छोड़ आए। हमने आपको उस बारे में बतलाया और आप बहुत नरम दिल और बड़े मेहरबान थे. At this point where you need to understand is a group of 20 young companions go to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This happened in the year 9 after Hijrah, in the month of Rajab. They came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to learn about knowledge. Yes, there were 20 of them. They were young and they were probably all of the same age. So they stayed for 20 nights, and then the Prophet ﷺ himself asked them that you must be thinking about your family and your friends and your relatives. You've stayed here for 20 nights. You must be desiring to go back. So then the Prophet ﷺ asked them, who have you left behind in your families? They said, we've left our wives, our children, our mothers, etc. So the Prophet ﷺ, being Rafiq and Rahima, as the narrator mentions, being very compassionate, very affectionate, very merciful, yeah? Because they've been here for 20 nights, they must be missing their family members. So the Prophet ﷺ inquired with regards them, and then the Prophet ﷺ instructed them, Irji'u ila ahlikum fa'allimuhum. Now that you have learned knowledge from me, don't just keep it with yourself. जो आपने मुझसे सीखा है, दूसरों तक पहुंचाओ. Pass this message across to other people. Teach them. जब अब तुम अपने घर वालों के पास जाओ तो उन्हें सिखाओ. वमुरूहुम, और उन्हें नेकी का हुक्म करो. And then command them and join them to do good. Command them to do good. वसल्लु कमा रअयतुमूनी उसल्ली, और जिस तरीके से मैं नमाज पढ़ता हूँ उसी तरीके से तुम नमाज पढ़ो. Pray namaz as you see me praying namaz. فَإِذَا حَضَرَتِ الصَّلَاةُ فَلْيُؤَذِّنْ لَكُمْ أَحَدُكُمْ وَلْيَؤُمَّكُمْ أَكْبَرُكُمْ. जब नमाज का वक्त हो जाए तो तुम में से कोई एक आदमी अजान दिया करे और तुम में से जो उम्र में बड़ा है इमाम बन जाया करे. What do you understand from this hadith? Number one, the fact that a husband, he has to also bear in mind the emotional state of the family. If someone goes out for 20 nights and distances himself from his family, especially from the wife, then obviously there is kind of emotional state that they go through, and therefore a husband should also bear that in mind. Not that obviously he has his boys, his friends, and then he goes out to Windsor Road every night. कि चलो स्टेक हाउस खाने के लिए जाते हैं, whatever. Yani, we have to take this into consideration. Yeah? In a marriage bond, we have to look after all of the states of the family, their physical, emotional, spiritual states, which again comes under the umbrella topic of rights and responsibilities. Okay, you don't just clothe them and feed them and think, mashallah, I've done the best. You also look after the emotional state, the emotional well-being of the family. Another point that we need to understand here is this, again, in relation to rights and responsibilities. What you learn, you need to pass on. Especially with men, with rijal, males, they have prime opportunities to learn knowledge. And they have open access to knowledge. With ulama, masajid there, classes. So don't just keep this knowledge to yourself. Share it with the family. Just as we share quite a few nonsensical things that are of no importance in the family, why don't we share pearls and gems of wisdom from the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, which the Prophet ﷺ commanded these 20 young men to do so when they return back to their family members. Another hadith, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Bab al-Mar'atu Ra'iyah. Aurat zimmedar hai. A woman is also responsible. Don't just put all the blame on the male members of the family. The women, as I said to you before, also play a very vital role in the upbringing and the nurturing of children in an Islamic environment. Nonetheless, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. حدثنا أبو اليمان قال أخبرنا شعيب بن أبي حمزة عن الزهري قال أخبرنا سالم عن ابن عمر رضي الله تعالى عنهما وعنهم أجمعين أنه سمع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته الإمام راع وهو مسؤول عن رعيته والرجل راع في أهله والمرأة راعية في بيت زوجها والخادم في مال سيده. Hazrat Sayyidina Abdullah bin Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma से रिवायत कि उन्होंने नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम को ये फरमाते हुए सुना कि तुम में से हर शख्स जिम्मेदार है और हर एक से उसकी रइयत के बारे में पूछा जाएगा. A very similar hadith, a similar narration as what we read before, that every single one of you is responsible. The day that Muslims actually understand and feel this sense of responsibility, that is the day, inshallah, that we'll wake up. At this current day, this current stage and current day and age, people are heedless, yani sleeping. They're sleeping the sleep of heedlessness, thinking that the ulama will revolutionize everything, leave it to 20-minute, 30-minute Jumu'ah speech and everything will be revolutionized, everything will change, societies will turn to be better. Unfortunately, this ain't the case. Collectively and individually, we have the rights and responsibilities to bring back this ummah from its state of decadence through knowledge, through wisdom, through amal, through taqwa, through amr bil ma'aruf and nahi anil munkar, through enjoining good and forbidding evil, which starts with ourselves first. Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. Allah has beautifully explained this. O you who believe, safeguard yourself first, and then the first students that you should have is your family members. Teach them, and then if every single person, every single household within a given society does this, inshallah, we will have better societies, inshallah. The Prophet ﷺ said, and you shall also be held responsible about those people under your guidance, under your supervision. The Imam, the leader is responsible, and he shall be questioned in relation to his responsibility. So is a man in the family. The father is also responsible and will also be questioned about his family members, their tarbiyah, their upbringing, their nurturing. What did he do in order to ensure that they were brought up in an Islamic environment? وَالْمَرْأَةُ رَاعِيَةٌ فِي بَيْتِ زَوْجِهَا. And a woman is also responsible in the house of her husband, ensuring that the children are imparted Islamic education. They are brought up in an Islamic environment. She herself dresses modestly and exhibits modesty in the family and teaches them about modesty. وَالْخَادِمُ فِي مَالِ سَيِّدِهِ. And a servant is also responsible in terms of the wealth of his master. سمعت هؤلاء عن النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وأحسب أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال والرجل في مال أبيه. ये बयान फरमाते हैं कि मैंने ख्याल किया कि नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम इसके बाद ये भी इरशाद फरमाया कि आदमी अपने बाप के माल का भी जिम्मेदार है. Children are also responsible of the wealth and the properties of their parents. Because usually parents are outside, go out the house, the children are left inside, and therefore this responsibility is on the children to ensure that their wealth is protected, that they do not use the property of their parents without their ijazah, without their permission. Today, in this day and age, we've heard cases of children stealing from their parents. They go inside their mum's purse and they steal the jewelry, they sell it. Why? To feed the addiction that they have on drugs. Wallahi, I've heard of cases that have happened where children have made their parents bankrupt. Yani, it's a cycle, isn't it? The parents spent on you, nurturing you, upbringing you, spending their efforts, spending whatever they had for you. Now is the stage where you spend on them. But what's happening with our children, with the youth of this day and age? They're stealing from their parents. At a time when their parents should have been at a time of ease and tranquil and contentment that their children, inshallah, will support them. Inshallah, this is the misery that they face. Okay, al-iyadu billah. This is again, comes back to lack of knowledge, lack of tarbiyah, lack of understanding the rights and responsibilities, lack of feeling the responsibility on their shoulders. Nonetheless, let's just continue. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Babu man suni'a ilayhi ma'arufan falyukafi'hu. जिसके साथ एहसान किया जाए उसका बदला देना चाहिए. When someone extends a favor to you, you repay that favor. This is the topic, and he mentions the beautiful hadith, or a hadith of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. حدثنا سعيد بن عفير قال حدثني يحيى بن أيوب عن عمارة بن غزية عن شرحبيل مولى الأنصاري عن جابر بن عبد الله الأنصاري رضي الله تعالى عنهما وعنهم أجمعين قال قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم من صنع إليه معروف فليجزه فإن لم يجد ما يجزيه فليثني عليه فإنه إذا أثنى عليه فقد شكره وإن كتمه فقد كفره ومن تحلى بما لم يعطى فكأنما لبس ثوبي زور أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. سيدنا جابر ibn Abdullah al-Ansari radiyallahu ta'ala anhu से रिवायत कि नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इरशाद फरमाया जिसके साथ जिस किसी के भी साथ कोई एहसान किया जाए उसे चाहिए कि उसका बदला दे. When someone repays a favor, when someone does a favor to you, then try and repay that favor. The Prophet ﷺ will mention what is the least way that you can repay that favor. Today you extend financial support to someone, you help them emotionally, etc. You don't even get a jazakallah from them, let alone a gift, let alone even a sweet or a mithai, not even a jazakallah. The Prophet ﷺ said, जिस किसी के साथ एहसान किया जाए तो उसका बदला देना चाहिए. فَإِن لَمْ يَجِدْ مَا يَجْزِيهِ فَلْيُثْنِ عَلَيْهِ. अगर बदला देने के लिए उसके पास कोई चीज ना हो तो फिर उस एहसान करने वाले के बारे में अच्छे कलिमात कहे. If he doesn't have anything, any item to give as a gift to repay the favor, then at least speak good words about the person who extended favor to you. Yeah? Speak good about them. Tell people about them, mashallah. That subhanallah, this brother extended a hand of help, assistance to me. He helped me. May Allah bless him. Make dua for them. فَإِنَّهُ إِذَا أَثْنَى عَلَيْهِ فَقَدْ شَكَرَهُ. क्योंकि जिसने अच्छे कलिमात कह दिए तो उसने उसका शुक्रिया अदा कर दिया. Someone who says good words to the person who extended a favor to him, it is as though he has shown gratitude to him. As for the one who conceals that favor, forgets about it, takes it, and then Khuda Hafiz. Then obviously, فَقَدْ كَفَرَ, then he has shown, he's ungrateful. He's ungrateful of the favor that he had extended to him, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like those who are kafur, those who are ungrateful, those who don't show gratitude. And there's the final part of the hadith which says, जिसने अपने लिए ऐसी सिफत को जाहिर किया जो उसमें नहीं है, तो उसने झूठ के दो कपड़े पहन लिए. Anyone who attributes to himself a quality which is not in him, he pretends to be that person, but he's not in reality, has worn two garments of deception, two garments of falsehood. Someone who is like hypocritical, isn't it? Someone is not an authorized scholar and calls himself a scholar. Or he's not a mufti and calls himself a mufti. Or, pretends to be a Sufi, whereas he's actually quite distant from that name. Okay? Then obviously the Prophet ﷺ said he has lied, the greatest lie, to such an extent that he has literally worn two robes of falsehood on him. Let's just listen to this hadith as well, very similar hadith in relation to this topic. حدثنا مسدد قال حدثنا أبو عوانة عن الأعمش عن مجاهد عن ابن عمر رضي الله تعالى عنهما وعنهم أجمعين قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم من استعاذ بالله فأعيذوه ومن سأل بالله فأعطوه ومن أتى إليكم معروف فكافئوه فإن لم تجدوا فادعوا له حتى يعلم أن قد كافأتموه أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. हज़रत सैयदना अब्दुल्लाह बिन उमर रदियल्लाहु तआला अन्हुमा से रिवायत है कि नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इरशाद फरमाया कि जो शख्स अल्लाह ताला का नाम लेकर के तुमसे पनाह मांगे उसको पनाह दे दो. Whoever seeks your protection, taking the name of Allah, give him protection. When he mentions the name of Allah, give him protection, give him refuge. और जो शख्स अल्लाह ताला का वास्ता देकर सवाल करे उसको दे दो. If someone who is genuinely poor, impoverished, and he seeks something from you, mention the name of Allah, with Allah ke naam pe de do. In the name of Allah, please give me something. And you genuinely know that he's someone who cannot physically go to earn himself. So support him, give him the money. And obviously there's the ulama have mentioned, it's mentioned in Bahar Shariat, obviously in Urdu and other books, that if, for example, there's someone who comes to pretending to be a beggar, and he's so healthy that he can himself go out and earn a livelihood for himself, it is haram, najais for you to support them. Why? Because the Quran says, وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. Mutually help one another on piety and good things. Do not help one another in terms of sin. It is a sin for him to beg, because he has the means and the ability and the power and the strength to earn a livelihood himself, to stand up on his own feet. But you are making it easy for him, and you are supporting him in that regard, so therefore it is najais for you to do so. But then again, genuinely, if someone asks you in the name of Allah, then give it to them. وَمَنْ أَتَى إِلَيْكُمْ مَعْرُوفٍ فَكَافِئُوهُ. जो तुम्हारे साथ नेकी करे उसका बदला दे दो. فَإِن لَمْ تَجِدُوا, अगर तुम्हारे पास कोई चीज़ नहीं जिससे आप उसको बदला दे सके, فَادْعُوا لَهُ, तो उनके लिए दुआ करो. Make dua for them. Subhanallah. Remember one thing here. A dua that you make for your Muslim brother or sister in their absence, that dua will actually be accepted for you as well. There is an angel, the hadith says, if someone makes a dua for his Muslim brother or sister, behind their back, in their absence, then there is an angel who says, وَلَكَ مِثْلُ ذَلِكَ, for you is the same. Subhanallah. So, mashallah, make dua for your brothers and sisters, inshallah. We usually make dua in front of people, which is very good, but the best dua and the most effective dua and the one that is readily accepted is the dua that you make behind someone's back, i.e. in their absence. فَإِن لَمْ تَجِدُوا فَادْعُوا لَهُ حَتَّى يَعْلَمْ أَنْ قَدْ كَافَأْتُمُوهُ. अगर बदला देने के लिए कोई चीज ना पाओ तो फिर उसके लिए इतनी दुआ करो यहां तक कि तुम जानो, तुम्हारा दिल मुतमईन हो जाए कि तुमने उसका बदला दे दिया है. दुआ करते रहो उसके लिए, माशाल्लाह. पूरी जिंदगी दुआ करो, हर नमाज के बाद दुआ करो, जब भी आपको याद आए दुआ करो इंशाअल्लाह. तो अल्लाह ताला उस नेकी का बदला उसे अता फरमाएगा. Another hadith, very similar one, inshallah. باب من لم يجد المكافأة فليدع له. जो बदला दे न सके तो उसके लिए दुआ करे. حدثنا موسى بن إسماعيل قال حدثنا حماد بن سلمة عن ثابت عن أنس أن المهاجرين قالوا يا رسول الله ذهب الأنصار بالأجر كله قال لا ما دعوتم لهم وأثنيتم عليهم به. हज़रत सैयदना अनस इब्न मालिक रदियल्लाहु तआला फरमाते हैं कि मुहाजिरीन ने अर्ज किया, या रसूल अल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, अंसार सारा अजर ले गए. Muhajirin and Ansar, the two groups we have, the noble companions, the Muhajirun and the Ansar, the immigrants, those who emigrated from Makkah to Mukarramah, leaving their families and their children and their properties and their estates and their land and their birthplaces, emigrating to Medina Sharif, Muhajirun. And then you have the group, subhanAllah, the beautiful, noble, compassionate, affectionate group in Medina Sharif, awaiting the arrival of their brothers. They weren't blood brothers, but they cared for them more than they cared for their own blood brothers. They became brothers. The Ansar, they are known as the Ansar, the helpers. When the Muhajirin came to Medina Sharif and they saw that the Ansar are spending everything on them, they are helping them. They are helping, them to start a business. If they had two wives, one of them would divorce the wife, and after the post-divorce period, he would then marry the other wife. He would halve his wealth. The Ansari would halve his wealth, distribute and give the other half to his Muhajir brother. They saw, subhanAllah. They came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Ansar have taken all the reward. They've surpassed us in reward. The Prophet ﷺ said, no. If you make dua for them, and if you praise them, and if you try and repay their favor, then inshallah you shall also be equal. You shall also partake from the immense reward that they are partaking in, that they are receiving from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And last hadith, inshallah. Did I say last before? Inshallah. I said penalty, but maybe. But okay. Babu man lam yashkur linnas. Jo logo ka shukr guzar na ho. Uske bare mein hadith. حدثنا موسى بن إسماعيل قال حدثنا ربيع بن مسلم قال حدثنا محمد بن زياد عن أبي هريرة عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا يشكر الله من لا يشكر الناس. सैयदना अबू हुरैरा रदियल्लाहु तआला अन्हु से रिवायत है कि नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इरशाद फरमाया, जो लोगों का शुक्र गुजार नहीं है वो अल्लाह ताला का भी शुक्र गुजार नहीं है. Anyone who is not grateful to people, anyone who does not thank people, does not thank Allah. There's two meanings to this. One of the meanings the ulama said is, if someone does not thank Allah, it is very unlikely that he shall thank. If someone does not thank people, it is very unlikely that he will thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When someone thanks people, it will inculcate into him a habit, and then he will understand ultimately thanking people is what? Thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Which is the second meaning, that when you thank people, you are in essence thanking whom? The bestower of that blessing, who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every single blessing that anyone has ever received, any ghawth that ever gives, any blessing, any ni'mah, the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the prophets of Allah, alayhi salatu wa taslim, who give blessings and gifts, whatever they give is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thanking them, thanking people is in essence thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So thank people, because this will obviously be a direct thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the greater you thank Allah, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, the more grateful you are in relation to His blessings, the more He will increase you in blessings. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from those who are shakirin and sabirin. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen.